Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to start off the new year and give a little love to a brand that I feel like I neglected last year. This is Estetica and the style is Hudson in the color Caramel Kiss rooted with a 4. So before we start, as always, I wanted to ask if you haven't done so already, please subscribe down below, like and comment, and we'll get started. All right, so Hudson, as you can see, is a very sleek, beautiful, straight, mid-length style. It reminds me quite a bit of Candace by Henry Margu. These are also synthetic fibers, not heat-friendly synthetic fibers. And I will absolutely compare Hudson to Candace later in the video and also show you the Caramel Kiss compared to this Caramel Kiss rooted so you can see the difference between those two colors. So first, let's get a good look at Hudson. Now you see that you have some layers here around the face that are lovely. You also have some in the back, so there are some longer layers. And you have a beautiful mid-length style, a mono top, which is wonderful in terms of being able to part her in different places. And I love it. This is absolutely the kind of style that I adore, so I was very excited to show her to you. So let's get a good look at some of the details. First, that lace front. You can see it's really well done, despite the fact that the rooting is quite dark. You do see some darker knots in the front there, and we'll talk more about that later, but it's not a stark straight line. I think that the knotting is done well, even though there are some darker knots in the front there. Then, as I mentioned, there's a mono top, and right now I haven't placed a silicone scar tape under there, which I will do to help create a natural scalp appearance. She did come this way. I haven't done anything to her really, but put her on. So there was no zigzag parting. And I do think I'll move the part to the left because that is my preference, and we'll do that together. So those are those features. Let's get a good look at her from all sides. Here she is from the right. And the back. And the left. Just a sleek, beautiful style. I think we will have a lot of opportunity to style her into different updos. These synthetic fibers are wonderful because they don't require nearly as much maintenance as the heat-friendly synthetic fibers. So next, we will look at the cap construction. We will steam her away from the face a bit. There is some face flopping going on right out of the box unless you're going to pin her back. So we'll do that together. And then we'll look at some styling options and we'll compare her to Candace by Henry Margu. Then we'll take her outside, we'll look at this gorgeous color, and we'll compare her to the Caramel Kiss color. So here we have the cap construction. First, as you can see, we have a full mono top, and that's a wonderful feature because this allows you to part this style wherever you like, center, left, or right, and be able to have that natural scalp appearance in those areas. Then you have an extended lace front. As you can see, it comes down onto the ear tab there on both sides, almost halfway down. And as you know, if you've been watching my videos, I love that feature because it allows you to style the wig away from the face and have that natural looking hair growth all along that lace front. So absolutely love that extended lace front. Then we have the ear tab with the metal stays. We have an open extended nape for a little bit of extra coverage, which is lovely. We have these hook style adjusters, and as you can see, I left them where they were. You could absolutely tighten this as well and adjust it to your circumference if you needed to. We have open wefts on the side and in the back. A nice and stretchy cap, and really this cap is extremely comfortable. I love it. And then I wanted to mention, I did only find minimal permatease on this style. In the monotop area, I found no permatease whatsoever, and in the rest of the style, very minimal. So this is a light, sleek, I would say probably mid-density style. And I think this will work really well for the warmer summer months or any time of the year. So let's go ahead and do some steaming. First, I wanted to show you that I did change that part line in the front there to a left part because that's what I prefer. And on the inside, I applied a piece of the silicone scar tape to help create a natural scalp appearance because my dark bio hair, my very fine and thin bio hair, will show through that mono part. And this allows me to have a natural scalp appearance without needing to wear a wig cap. And the brand I like to use is the AWD Medical. There you can see, and I purchased this on Amazon. I will leave that in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and I'll place her on the blockhead and get my steamer ready, and I'll show you how I like to steam my wigs. So this is my iSteam steamer that I purchased on Amazon. This is what I like to use to steam my wigs, and I will also leave that in the description box down below. And I wanted to mention that I did film a steaming video previously all about steaming your part in place and steaming the fibers away from the face. And I'll leave a link to that video in the description box down below in case you'd like to watch the full-length version. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to steam the part in place. We changed that part, and now I want to steam this in place so the next time I take the wig off and put it back on, it will fall back into place. So here we go. All right, I think that's good. Next, we'll go ahead and steam both of the sides away from the face, and I want to mention that you need to be careful to avoid getting the steam on the lace front. Only use it on the fibers. I'm using a time lapse here because I'm trying to keep my videos to under 20 minutes, and there is the steaming video on my channel that you can watch, and I have it linked in the description box if you would like to see the full-length version of my steaming process. All right, I think that's good. Now I'm going to let this cool completely. You need to let these fibers cool for this new style to set, and we'll try her on and we'll see if we like the results. So she's back on my head. Let's go ahead and remove these clips and see what we've got. She's still a little damp, and that's fine, but the fibers are completely cool. That's good, I like that. And then we'll take both of these out. And gently finger comb. This is just a method that I absolutely love. It will not keep all of the fibers out of your face at all times if they're longer fibers, but it absolutely helps just create a style where you have the fibers that are wanting to move away from the face. So there we go. I think that is lovely. I just love doing that, and I think it just creates a wonderful, natural looking style. Let's go ahead and give it the test. So you can see that is the extent to which these fibers are wanting to fall in my face now. Much, much better than it was. You can always redo it, and if there are any little lumps and bumps, like I see that this is wanting to stand up a little bit there, if that bothers me, then I'll steam that. That's the wonderful thing. You can style these synthetic styles with steam, even though most heat is not recommended. You can use steam and you can use a plastic hot air brush, but even though you're limited to those tools, you can accomplish quite a bit. So I love that. Next, we'll go ahead and go over some styling options. First, I always like to test the ear tuck. And that works extremely well. I'm not getting an ear bulge, and you can absolutely throughout the day keep the fibers away from your face. You can do that on either side. And I'm loving how this color is blending with my bio hair. So very ear tuckable for sure. Then let's go ahead and do the headband, and I like to do that to also show you exactly what kind of coverage I'm getting. All right, So first, let's go ahead and make sure all these fibers are back the way we like them. All right, we have that extended lace front, and that runs down to here on me. So you can see you have that appearance of hair growth all along that lace front there. The ear tabs end here. So that's where they end on me. I do have a fairly low hairline, so you are seeing a little bit of bio hair here. And then that's where the ear tabs are. All my measurements are listed in the description box down below if you'd like to compare them to your own. So absolutely wonderful coverage and a wonderful option for pulling fibers away from your face if you really don't want to feel them at all. Next, even though it's January, I still like to test the ponytail. And just so you know, I did pull out my fine and thin bio hair there, and we will use the fibers and my bio hair to create this ponytail. So I'm just making the fibers as smooth as possible, and I have my hair tie. So go ahead and see. I tested this before, and wrapping it twice is just fine. So again, that tells me that this is a medium density style, not low density, because when I create a ponytail with my lower density styles, I usually have to wrap that elastic 3 times. So there we go. Now there are some shorter pieces, so you can either have those framing the face, or you can tuck them behind your ear or pin them back. It's just whatever you prefer. But let's go ahead and get a look at that from all sides. Here she is from the right. And the back. And the left. That to me is just fantastic for the summer months and wanting to stay cool and just for a fun style. I think wigs have just come so far, and the fact that you can have a natural looking ponytail with a wig is fantastic. Next, we'll try one more thing. Let's go ahead and do a French twist with a claw clip. Again, just incorporating my little bit of bio hair with the fibers, making it as smooth as possible. And this will just be a messy little updo. This is nothing fancy. You can place your wig on a blockhead and really create some fantastic styles. I have seen photos of different fantastic styles, especially for special events and whatnot. But this is just quick every day. I think I missed a piece there. Maybe we'll just tuck that behind the ear. That works. All right, let's get a good look at that from all sides. Here she is from the right. And the back. And the left. So as you can see, an extremely versatile style, so fun to create different updos, pull it away from the face. It's a beautiful, versatile style. Next, we'll compare Hudson to Candace by Henry Margu. Both of these styles are beautiful and I love them both, and they're very similar. They are both made with synthetic fibers, not heat friendly, and are just very sleek, mid and low density styles that are mid-length. So I love both of these styles, and they will definitely stay in my collection. I did trim this Candace just a little bit, so I want to mention that at the outset. The differences between the two are, you do have a low density on Candace. Let's mention that first. Candace is definitely a very low density style, and Hudson is about medium density, as I mentioned. So you have more fibers on Hudson, but still a really sleek look. And as we saw, you can do all kinds of updos with this one as well. Then Hudson has a full mono top, and Candace has a center mono part. That's another key difference. They both have beautiful extended lace fronts, which is fantastic. And then the last difference that I want to mention is that Hudson is just a little bit longer than Candace. So we'll go ahead and get a good look at both of these styles side by side here. I hope you can see that. And the back. And then the left. So very similar. You absolutely have all kinds of options with both of these styles if this kind of a mid-length is what you're interested in. So next, we'll take Hudson outside, get a good look at this beautiful color in natural light, and compare it to the Caramel Kiss color on the style Sage. First, I'll read you the description. So it is a golden brown with copper blonde highlights and dark brown roots. So we can get a good look at that here. You see that dark brown rooting, and that very natural part line. And then you have the golden brown with those blonde highlights. Very pretty, blended really beautifully. And I wanted to show you my Sage that's in Caramel Kiss, not rooted, so that you can compare. And hopefully here in this natural light, you can really see the difference. The main difference, of course, is the rooting. So there's Caramel Kiss on the style Sage. And I wore this all summer long, so that is a well-loved piece. And you can see there's quite a difference in that color there in the front with the rooting. And of course here you also have the darker hairline because of the rooting. And on the Caramel Kiss you can see you don't have that dark brown rooting. So those are the differences. And of course Hudson comes in Caramel Kiss as well. So you have a lot of choices, and there are other beautiful shades. But since I have Sage in that color, I wanted to show that to you side by side so you could compare. Well, let's get a good look at the details for this color. Again, wonderful hairline, a few lighter fibers in the front, but still a few dark knots as well. And then that parting space, we looked at that. Let's get a good look at this color from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back and the left. Just a beautiful brunette shade that I think would suit a lot of different skin tones. I realized that while I was outside, I neglected to show you Sage in Caramel Kiss from all sides compared to Hudson. Maybe I was a little bit cold, so I thought I would do that now. Here they are from the front, and the right, and the back, and the left. So you can see very similar colors. I do think you have a few bold highlights here on Sage, and they're blended a little more on Hudson, at least on this Hudson. And of course, again, the main difference being that hairline and the rooting, but otherwise a similar color for sure. So love both of those colors. I am a fan of rooting generally, so I just think it looks very natural, and it helps me blend any dark bio hair that's showing with the style if you have that dark rooting. So that's, I guess my preference would be for a rooted color. Final thoughts on Hudson. Hudson is absolutely my kind of style. I love this kind of a sleek, beautiful mid-length style that I can style into an updo, pull away from the face easily, that is not too high density. I just think it's versatile and natural looking and fantastic. I think if I had reviewed this style in 2022, she would have absolutely been on my favorite wig list for 2022. Again, fantastic lace front hairline, extended lace front, full mono top, beautiful layers around the face here and some in the back as well to add interest. I can't say enough about this style. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I love the synthetic fibers. They are slightly less maintenance than heat-friendly synthetic fibers, and you can still style them with steam or with a plastic hot air brush. So overall, I highly recommend this style. I love this color, and I hope that this review has been helpful and informative. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.